Western Fisters and South Australia. Of course, they met once before in the group stages, and the Western Fisters won that in 2. Can they repeat it, or will South Australia get a little bit of redemption? Here we go. Steady play there from South Australia, but you see there the Western Fisters retreating all their players behind the halfway point. And with the left hand, Kaiser does well. Now, the Denholm boys combined with the power station who gets that one away. Kaiser pretty close that one. Well done there by Moroney. And he's able to get that one to score for South Australia. So they strike first in this 4th place playoff game. Going to serve now, Kaiser. The power station again. He is right on target today. But that one was just an error. That error was that his foot, we're just having a look at it now, was in front of the net. 1-1. And that also was an error too. And that serve was wide and out. 2-1. 2-1 to the Western Fisters in this first set. Rebounded there by Bowen. And now Kaiser's really going to have to give it everything. Doesn't come off. 2-2. West Australia and South Australia level at 2-2. And a shallow serve there this time. Kaiser was able to take South Australia off their game there. That serve was very low and the bounce was a little lower than usual as well. 3-2 to the Western Fisters. Tough task there for the Western Fisters after that deep serve. Moroney is really giving the opposition a lot of headaches. 3-3. Good steady attack from South Australia. Close to the net there, Moroney. Kaiser with the left fist. Gave that one a lot of spin. The South Australians really taking it to the Western Fisters at the moment. The glass fist, Const. Unable to keep it alive. I'd have to say that possibly would have been out. In hindsight, if the glass fist Const let that one go, that might have been out in hindsight. Nice low serve this time. South Australia relieving the pressure. Well played this time by Zolg. Kaiser showing great poise to keep that one alive. Here come the South Australians. Tight setup here for the Western Fisters. Kaiser again goes big. He goes deep. And he does well. Great shot. It's now 4-4. Good deep serve there from Moroney. just keeping that one alive. And some miscommunication there in attack. Well, that's not what you want in this sort of game. You've got to have communication top notch, but that one, I'm afraid, was anything but. That was between Zolg and Denholm. 5-4 now to the Western Fisters. Shallow serve, well recovered there by Robson. Here's Const. Kaiser really got a lot of that one in. The power station. Again, proving that power is part of his nickname. He's got it. Kaiser. South Australia's defence as resilient it can be for every WA entry deep into their half. Kaiser does well. Now, little jitter there for South Australia, but they're able to rescue themselves here. Here's Const. Good high setup. South Australia defending very well here. So too Western Australia. That's a high setup. Kaiser being relied upon to deliver the attack. Oh, and that's a bit of a slip up. Kaiser delivers again for the Western Fisters. They make it 6-4. So now the serve coming in from Moroney. From the corner this time. Kaiser, he went high and he went deep. South Australia recovering well. They were under a lot of pressure. Good strike from the glass fist, Dan Const. Kaiser with that left arm. Went a little too big there. That's out. And South Australia get a vital point back. 6-5 now. A couple of changes to the Western Fisters lineup now. Get this game back underway. Great serve. Great serve for Kaiser, keeping it low and seeing the gap. 7-5 now. Good setup now. Is Vanderlist. South Australia need to inflict some damage. And they do. They do inflict some damage, this time from Zolg. And it is back to a 1-point margin, 7-6 in favour of the Western Fisters. But South Australia, they keep on coming. This time Kaiser with the serve, again goes low. South Australia. Great recovery, and that's a long strike. Const again, looking now for Westall. First time we've seen him here today. And Kaiser, that strike doesn't come off. And South Australia are able to level it at 7-all. Kaiser a very deep, long serve. Western Fisters just looking to steady things now. Vanderleest now almost had a bit of a miscommunication, but he's able to keep this one alive. Now Zolg in the power station. Van der Leest in midair. Zolg again is kept South Australia in this first set. Well played by Moroney. We got the X formation in defence, South Australia. Here's Moroney. Can he go on the attack? He does almost split the middle. Kaiser now is in the position to go on the attack. And that's out. That's out. And you saw him celebrating there. Chris Milne, he was celebrating, but he didn't know it. It was out. So that's an 8th point for the Western Fisters. It looked pretty close. It was a good strike. He didn't know it. It was out. Oh, and that serve does not help at all. That's an obvious clipping of the net. 9-7. Westall. Oh, and that one's out. Westall didn't get the bounce he wanted. So it's 9-8. Van der Leest with a nice deep serve. That was always going to be tough. And South Australia level it up. And West Australia now will have a chance to serve again. Whoever gets the next point has a chance to take the set. It's Kaiser right down the middle. Deep in defence this time. Bowen. And now can set it up. Almost calling South Australia's bluff there was Kaiser. Nice piece of play from South Australia. That's a great finish this time, Milne. Super Mario had to step over some green shells and able to make it count. 10-9. So a timeout has been called. That could be a calculated one for both sides. Just who settles down first. Here we go now. 10-9. South Australia, can they sew up the first set? Moroney. Great attack. Oh, a collision there. Const does well to recover. Oh, going to ground there. Kaiser kept it alive. And that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great tactics used by Milne and also Moroney and the South Australian team. They take out the first set. South Australia came back well late in that set, and the Western Fisters had a bit of that early ascendancy. Just some errors in defence has made the Western Fisters' task a little bit more difficult. Here are a couple of highlights from that first set. There was that little slip up there off the back of Kaiser's strike. And then there were a couple of tough moments for the Western Fisters in defence where they were scrambling to keep that one alive. South Australia, they played very calculated. Played with composure as well. They're able to sew up the first set, 11-9. Go with the second set now. We're underway. South Australia looking to set this one up. It's just out of reach. It's going the way of West Australia. It's 1-0 to the Western Fisters. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Moroney again calling the opposition's bluff, serving shallow and forcing the Western Fisters attackers to put on the wheels, but it was out of reach. This is Schofield, the spoil master, who's now on the field. That's a good serve, but now South Australia have a great chance. Facing the pressure there, Reynolds. Here's Const. Goes for it. And he does well to recover. Bowen strikes it well and keeps it in. Now Moroney going over the head this time, but doesn't cover a lot of ground. That one there from Zolg does. Schofield. Good setup now for Robson. Oh, that's brilliant. Rare slip up from the South Australia defence. It's now 2-1 in South Australia's favour. Moroney calls the bluff again. That's twice he's done that now in this set, and both times he succeeded. And you could bet your bottom dollar Schofield would be tempted to maybe counter that. He could counter it. Now, what did I say? What did I say? But unfortunately, it doesn't come off. And South Australia get the point. So it's 3-2 to South Australia. This time he goes long. Moroney looking to try and get that one through the net, but it doesn't come off. 3-3 now to the Western Fisters. Good deep serve this time. Well played. Well played this time by Robson. Gives the lead back to the Western Fisters, 4-3. There's Const striving towards the defensive half. He's able to set it up now. Here comes Robson. Just a little too much on it. And allows South Australia to level it up yet again. The serve will go back to Western Australia. Western Fisters through Robson now. Restart this one. Robson goes wide. That one looked pretty close, but that is going to be a score for the Western Fisters. Again, getting very crafty with the service game is Robson, and it's very effective. 5-4 to the Western Fisters. A little bit more height on that serve from Moroney. Now Robson's really going to have to go for it. That one clipping the net. Or did it? No, it didn't. just got there. It's 5-all. Looked to have clipped the net for a moment, but not to be. Robson now with the serve. That definitely clipped the net. It's now 6 apiece. South Australia with that 6-5 lead. Now they set it up high for Moroney. Went pretty big on that one. Robson now, he's set up for this one. That is brilliant. Great play. West Australia again fighting back. Six apiece. Well, Moroney again trying to finish it off. But the foot was in front of that net line there, and that allows West Australia to take back the lead. 7-6. Back and forth this second set has been. Fourth place on the line in this positional playoff matchup. And oh, Reynolds ducked when he shouldn't have. And that levels it up. 7 apiece now. South Australia now leveling it up. And now they're looking to get that surge back in momentum. Moroney through plays like that could be the key for South Australia. He's been their prime weapon in attack. And it gives South Australia the ascendancy again, 8-7. Robson with the serve, but that's out. So 9-7 to South Australia. Couple of points away from sewing up fourth place. The Western Fisters, they've been able to fight back from positions like this today. There's still a lot can happen. And just like that, the Western Fisters able to deliver this time Reynolds. 8-9. Great serve wide. West Australia now able to recover. Here comes Robson. It's in his vicinity to go for it. Oh, and he does. That is brilliant. 2 great pieces of play completed by Robson. 9-9. The number 10, Ryan Robson. They call him the linebacker. And he's been able to effect 2 points. That serve almost went out. Well done there by Kaiser. South Australia doing all they can to keep it alive. Robson. That was close, but South Australia defending like their life depends on it. Western Australia. Game on the line with the next couple of points. It clipped the net. Robson, tempting to really go for the big one, but it clipped the net. And so South Australia, chance to play for the match point and sew up fourth place. And the Western Fisters call a late timeout. Well, we saw this happen last time in the first set. Didn't work out for them. They lost the set. Is this deja vu, or could we see another twist? So 10-9 in this second set. South Australia playing for the match. West Australia, the Western Fisters, keen to keep this game alive and head to possibly a third set. Nice high serve. Moroney gets that one high. Here's Const. Good speed and athleticism. Good poise being shown there by Robson and van der Leest. That one's close, but that one is out. And the Western Fisters stay alive in this second set. 10-all, and the 2-point margin in effect. The team that gets the next 2 points wins it. Who steers clear by 2. Trying to keep this one alive. He does. That is brilliant. That is brilliant by Reynolds. And isn't he pumped up about it? Spotted a gap in the attacking line for South Australia, and he went for it. It's 11-10. Good setup. Van der Leest goes high. Nice piece of play there by Moroney from the South Australian team. Van der Leest again pushing that one hard. Milne, Moroney, here it is. This time it's going to be Robson. Attacks well. Zolg. And now Milne and Moroney. Those two keys in attack. Here's Moroney. Keeping it alive there, van der Leest. And Robson couldn't get all of it. And it's now level at 11 apiece. Remember, of course, the set could go to 14-all, and the next point afterwards would win the game. So remember, a set can be won at 15 points if they keep on going. Almost through the middle. Moroney strikes it well. Got plenty of height on it. Const keeping it alive. Robson, he's going to set up van der Leest here. He's a good striker. And some miscommunication there. And that gives the Western Fisters a chance to stay in this game. The next one, if they get it, we're going to a third set. Van der Leest, he's looking to set up Robson. This one's going to be tough. He recovers well. Setting up for Moroney. Great recovery. Great counter by the Western Fisters attack. They don't give up, these teams. Moroney, straight to Const. Bowen, bit of an awkward one. It's going to be tough now. Oh, that's out! That's out. Moroney goes a little too big on that one. And the Western Fisters take the second set, 13-11. And we are going to a decider yet again. That's a great comeback by the Western Fisters. They'll be buoyed by that. Great pieces of play by Robson, van der Leest and Kaiser have kept their team alive. South Australia, they'll be asking questions on that. They had 3 chances to sew up the match. But now they'll have to do it all again. We'll take a look at a couple of highlights from that second set. This game has been absolute straight fire. We see some great attacking. Moroney, couple of errors from him. And then some exciting play by that man Robson and the Western Fisters. Bring the game right back their way. And there you see an excited James Reynolds, Mr. Ronaldo, they call him. Highlights are plenty. We go down to the last set of this match. The winner will finish fourth. They're serving for the third and final set here. South Australia, it's game on. And straight away, West Australia get a point. That was off the base of a South Australian error on the serve. So the Western Fisters draw first blood in this third and final set. Going to set up for Moroney now. Strikes it well. Good communication. Reynolds just having to duck to make sure he doesn't get hit. Here's Schofield, the spoil master. Played that one well, but there was a gap on the left-hand side. And that's clipped the net. That's not what South Australia were looking for. And that makes the Western Fisters lead extend 2-0. Or is it? No, it's 1-1. South Australia playing some good attack. Western Fisters playing some good defence. Big chance here. Moroney. Schofield just got there. Great perseverance by the former West Coast Eagle. Of course, playing in his hometown. Of course, originally from Geelong. But South Australia keep this one alive. That one is just kept in. Oh, it's not. Oh, I thought that was in for a moment there. The players are in a better view than I am. 2-1 to South Australia. Much deeper serve this time. Reynolds now on to Vanderleest. Much better setup too. Moroney. Oh, and that's a big miss. That's a big miss from... Who was that? I'd have to say that was Vanderleest, who just lost his footing at the last moment. South Australia get some breathing space. They lead 3-1. Serve comes in from Schofield. Who wants it? The South Australians are saying. It's going to be Moroney. Well played by the WA defence. Keeping themselves steady. Robson on the attack. Bit of the up and over there from Zolg. Robson does well. Maroney just got there. Great leap there from Robson. He's able to keep it alive. They want to set it up to Maroney or Zolg. Maroney has got the better power, and he does well again. Terrific piece of play from the South Australians. That's a good response. It's a good response by South Australia thus far after having lost the second set. 5-1 now to South Australia. That one was going to be tough. The breeze wasn't helping at all. You can make that 2-5. Western Fisters getting that vital point back. We are waiting for the ball to return to the field of play. We must remind you, coming up next, to cap off what's been a great day, Victoria Metro and New South Wales in the championship decider. That one should be a real beauty. Oh, and a slip up there from Robson. He did get a clean clutch on that one, but just couldn't get it away. And a timeout is being called to allow the teams to change ends. So the Western Fisters now serving from right to left. Good setup here for Maroney, who's been a key for South Australia. That is magnificent. Seven-2. They're just a few points away from sewing up this game. The Western Fisters, they don't give up without a fight. Maroney puts on the afterburners and put that one high. Kaiser just keeping that one in. That one looked very, very close. The referee's doing a great job in letting that one go. Giving that one low and shallow. And that was brilliant. That was brilliant. He knew South Australia were going to be in a bit of a panic afterwards. Van der Leest again. 7-3 in favour of South Australia. Reynolds now setting this one up now for Kaiser. And again, Kaiser able to force South Australia to retreat in defence. They've got the last two. Now Reynolds. Bowen doing well. Almost a miscommunication there. Was going to set that one up for Moroney. That one was very, very close, but Reynolds unable to reach that one. And South Australia get one against the run. 8-4 to South Australia. Some changes being made to the lineup. You see Reynolds going to the bench. Constant Schofield are still there. Vital serve here, Kaiser. Kept that one nice and low. The defence having to work hard here. Moroney. Good communication being shown by the Western Fisters, but can it deliver? Zoll, brilliant attack. Puts the Western Fisters under pressure, and they've succumbed to it. 9-4. Moroney playing that great role in attack. Keeping it alive in the air. The Western Fisters, it's close. But Westall unable to keep it in play. It was a tough one for the Western Fisters defensive line. It's now 10-4. The South Australia 1 point away from taking 4th place in this year's Fistball Championship. Well, that's a pretty good serve. It's close. And they're going to give that one to the Western Fisters. That was just in. But a very, very good serve indeed. Still South Australia 1 away from taking the win. We're still looking to set up Kaiser. Goes shallow. Moroney's going to get the set here. And that's just going to be out of reach of Westall. And that does it. South Australia, they take 4th place. A well-deserved victory for the South Australians. The Western Fisters, they will take a lot of great experiences from this championship here in Geelong. South Australia, celebratory dance there. And celebrating a 4th place finish in this year's championship. Well done to South Australia. And well done to the Western Fisters as well on a great campaign. Their first one, and you can bet they'll plan to make a return next year. Dominant all round South Australia in that 3rd set. They played a great attacking game. Defensively, they were brilliant as well. As we see some highlights of that 3rd and final set, South Australia just brought everything and then some to the Western Fisters, despite a gallant effort by the Western Fisters staying in the game, taking the 2nd set 13-11 in a classic. But then I think they just ran out of steam South Australia just too good. But now we're down to the decider. Will it be Vic Metro or will it be New South Wales? That'll take the crown in 2023. You'll find out next.